Hello, welcome to the Hoop Collective podcast. We talk about the NBA. Joining me from Boston, Massachusetts is Tim Bontemps.
Hello, guys.
And right now joining us from Dallas, Texas, the one, the only, Band MacMahon.
Howdy, partners.
So, guys, this last week, LeBron passed Karl Malone for number 2 all-time scoring. He's on pace. Kevin Pelton ran the numbers, and he's on pace to need about 50 more games. He skipped a game this week, but around the All-Star break next year, assuming general health and assuming he scores to keep scoring roughly this pace, he's going to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. At some point, he's going to do it most likely. So we were wondering what active players out there, even if they're young guys, does anybody else, forget about Kareem, does anybody else get to Malone? Does anybody else get to Kobe, who's now been pushed back to 4th. Jordan is 5th. And, so I thought I would just take it to you guys. So there's a handful of active players who are in the top 52. So DeMar DeRozan is 52nd.
And what is his point total at 52nd?
He's got 19,600 some.
So he's halfway to Karl Malone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I don't like the chances.
And DeMar's a great scorer. Like, that's the crazy part about this. He's had a long career as a great scorer, and he's halfway to Karl Malone.
Right.
That's wild.
So think about how much Steph has scored. Steph has been an elite scorer for a decade. Steph is 47th. He moved into the top 50 this season. He's 47th. He's got just over 20,000 points. And again, Malone has 36,900. LeBron will have over 37,000 by the time this season is over. Kareem was at 38,387.
36,928. Let's not shortchange the mailman.
Okay, I'll give it all to him. So James Harden is 29th at 23,000 points. That's a long way. He's basically just short of 2/3 of the way there. I'm not sure I see James Harden play until he's 38, 39 years old, at least at this level. The guy who's got the best chance amongst the guys who are more veterans, we'll talk about some of the younger players in a second, is KD. Now, KD has won 4 scoring titles. KD's got a lot of years left in the NBA, in my opinion. But unfortunately, he's missed several years with injury and chunks of seasons with other injury. Plus, after he won the 4 scoring titles, he changed teams and went to a team where he had to share the ball. It's one of the reasons why Curry's points are down. He shared the ball for 3 years with the other stars on Golden State. So he is 22nd at 25,200. He is going to pass Reggie Miller by the end of this year and has a decent chance to pass Alex English to move into the top 20. So he is the guy who has a chance to get up there near where LeBron and Kareem are finishing. I think he finishes in the top 3, guys, hoping that he has health, even playing with the Nets and even playing with potentially Kyrie for future years. What do you think?
I once made a wager, this was years ago, that Kevin Durant would surpass Kareem. I made it with Eddie Sefko, formerly of the Dallas Morning News, over some cold brewskis in LA, and Eddie's had a lot of cold brewskis since then, so I'm hoping he forgets that wager. But it does. So the thing, when you look at Malone and, even LeBron, it's not just the longevity, it's the durability. I mean, Malone never missed games. LeBron didn't miss many games at all until these last few years. And KD, he's left at least between the foot fracture and the Achilles, that cost him 4,000 plus points.
Multiple seasons didn't play.
And so like at this point, like, listen, KD is still obviously, scoring at a ridiculously elite level, at a historic level. How many games is he going to play per season? I think he's more than capable of playing extremely well into his late 30s. He's still going to be 6'3", 13 and, able to shoot over anybody with, like, even if he loses athleticism, dude, he's still going to be able to shoot over guys. He's still going to be able to shoot that Dirk one leg or the 3-point stuff. Like, how many games does he play per year? If he plays 5 or 6 more years and it's 50 games per year, 60 games per year, I still think he's got a pretty good shot to get there.
I just ran the quick math. If he plays 60 games and averages 25 points, that's 1,500 points. You multiply that by 7, that's 12,000 points. That's right around the ballpark where Karl Malone is from where he is now. That's over 7 years or 8 years. So you're talking playing 3/4 of the games every year and averaging 25 points a year. That's a lot of games and a lot of points for a guy that's missed a lot of time with injuries. Now, if Kevin hadn't had the injuries, to your point, he probably would have had a chance to even catch LeBron maybe, because he's just the easiest scorer I've ever seen. He just puts up 25 or 30 in his sleep every game. But you look at the injuries he's had, you have to assume he's going to have some more. I think it's going to be tough for him to get up there from a durability standpoint. But I hope he does, because that means he's healthy and playing great. And he's one of the absolute best guys to watch in the league.
So 11,680 points right now needed to catch Malone. It's a lot of points.
A lot of points.
I know. I think he's going to get there. I'd wager on it.
I hope so. That'd be great.
So Giannis would be another guy who's a veteran. Now, Giannis is way down the list, guys.
I don't think Giannis has a shot.
Well, I mean, he's scoring champion level type guy. But
yeah, but the thing is, though, he started his career so slow.
So young. He has scored more points at this age than Karl Malone had, because Malone was at Louisiana Tech when Giannis was starting his NBA career slow in terms of age.
Well, let me just give you some of the data. So Giannis is at 14,000 points. He's 174th. His teammate Brook Lopez is he's about to pass him. So the pace he would have to maintain would be pretty crazy. But I just thought I would just mention where he's at on the list. He's all right. So
Giannis is also just entering his prime.
True, for sure. And I thought I'd point out that Kyrie, I don't know, Kyrie
won't play enough games.
Kyrie has no chance.
188.
He'd have to score 45 points a game.
Okay.
Again, because he's missed so many games.
Some of the young guys who we think could maybe have a 17 to 20-year careers, which is what you would need. So Luka, okay. Luka is averaging 27 points a game so far in his career, 26.2. It's picked up a little bit. His first year, he averaged 21. The last couple of years, he's been 28. He's averaged around 1,800 points the last few years. Now, the last couple of years have been lesser because he's, there hasn't been a full season, but he's also missed some games with injury.
Yes.
So if he continues to score, 1,800 or so points a year, and he played 17 years, he would only be at just under 31,000 points. And again, Malone in the top 3 is at 36,000 and change. So that kind of gives you an indication. If Luka keeps scoring at this level, and I don't know, Luka may play 23 years, but just to give you an idea, if he has a 17-year career, which would be a nice, real long career, but I guess he'd only be maybe 35, 36 at that point. But I'm just trying to put it in context.
It's really it's crazy it's just underscoring how crazy it is what LeBron is doing. Because like McMahon said at the beginning, you have to be this good and also never get hurt.
And Luka has the game where obviously LeBron's a freak and Malone too, just because they did rely a lot on athleticism and still have been dominant players deep into their 30s. That's just it's and durable, well into their 30s. Luka has a game where, he's definitely relying more on skill and guile and physicality than explosiveness, although he is, that first step is certainly quicker than people think, and the change of direction as well. But I do think he has a game that could age really well, and I could see him still being a dominant player, 15, even 20 years from now, but the durability more than the longevity.
I have to say, when LeBron was about 31, 32, I was doing stories and doing the math on this. And I was
Mhm.
having difficulty figuring out how he was going to do it because I was not charting him to be averaging 30 points when he said
Yeah.
37.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought he could do it, but I thought it'd been really hard.
But
Another guy,
Luca misses time, and
Yeah.
if he, it's the same thing. If he wants to be a multi-time MVP and maximize his potential, he'll start coming to camp in shape. If he does that, he's got a chance. But 4 years into his career, he is about right now 1,800 by the end of the season. Maybe, I don't know. He'll be about 1,600 points behind LeBron's 4-year pace because of missing games and shortened seasons.
okay, another guy I thought we should talk about is Trae Young. So Trae is having his best scoring season. He's averaging 3 more points a game this season. Actually, I take that back. His second year, he averaged, he's averaging 3 more points this year, but his second year, he averaged almost 30. So, he didn't play a full season then, but he's scoring in the neighborhood. His pace is around 2,000 points a year. So that's easy to do the math. He's, at that pace, he's 23 now. Now he's a smaller guy. Smaller guys have a harder time, keeping their careers for very long. But, if he were to play 17 years, he could get in at this pace. He'd be in the 32,000 point range. Again,
Shooting age as well. I think the floater game age as well.
yeah.
But you're right. The durability is obviously going to be a concern because he weighs about $148.
My pick for this is the guy that is another guy in the same age group you haven't talked about yet, who's Jayson Tatum. Now, all these guys, Luka, Trae, Jayson, are all going to be really impacted by the last couple of years because that's a lot of games, especially in Jason's case. Like he missed 40 games. That's 1,000 points. If the averages he's at that he didn't get like that, that's going to add up over time. But he's at like 7,500 points now. He is 6'9", 6'10". Obviously got a great shooting stroke. Never gets hurt. Really
Only
smooth
23.
player. He seems like he's a guy who, especially if his free throw rate gets up a little bit, I'll be stunned if he doesn't win scoring titles. He's going to score a lot of points.
The fact that he's an 85% career free throw shooter. I mean, you look at LeBron's stats.
It's a lot of points left at the line.
LeBron has left a lot of points at the line. A lot.
And Tatum, if Tatum can get, and he's starting to get a little better every year at getting to the foul line more. It was gone from 4.5 to 5.5 to a little over 6 this year. He gets that up to 8-ish, which he probably will in the next year or two, I would guess. He's a guy who's going to score 30 a game. He's probably going to win a scoring title. And again, he never gets hurt. He's got size to age well, sort of the opposite of Trae. He's got a really good chance to play a really long time and score a ton of points if he could stay healthy.
Yeah, LeBron had a stretch of 4 out of 5 years where he didn't shoot over 70% from the line. He's doing better this year. He's at 75%. It's the best he's had, and boy, it's second best in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
But the difference in shooting like 15 percentage points higher, that's couple thousand points potentially. I should look and see how many free throws LeBron has missed in his career. Obviously he's made a lot.
But and the crazy thing about Tatum too, like if you just say Tatum plays every game, say he plays 82 games and scores 25 points, that's 2,000 points a year, 2,050. If you do that over, say, 12 more seasons from now, it's still only 24,600 points. You put that with what he's at now, you're talking about him being at like 31,000 when he's 35. Like that's why what LeBron has done, that's why we're not even talking about if somebody can catch LeBron. Like if LeBron plays 3 or 4 more years, he's going to be over 40,000 points. It's bonkers where he's going to be at. Like,
he's going to, short of a catastrophic injury, knock on wood, he's going to get to 40,000 points,
which is it's mind blowing. It's just absolutely mind blowing when you look at how, like, everybody thought Kareem's record was basically unbreakable because he had the sky hook and he could play till he was 42 or whatever. But just for LeBron to do this, it's really staggering because just look at these numbers and it's just crazy to see how anybody's doing.
Well, a couple other guys.
So just real quick, just to follow up, LeBron's missed 2,800 free throws in his career. He's a career 73% shooter. 2,800 he's missed. Kareem missed 2,600. So he's already missed more than Kareem.
Luka's got a chance to match LeBron's free throws missed total for sure.
Yeah.
A couple other guys, a couple old Kentucky teammates. Karl Anthony Towns at 26 is over 11,000 points. Devin Booker at 25 is over 11,000 points.
Booker came in real young.
Yeah, to catch Malone, I don't know, but a 30,000 point club potential. I think they certainly both are in that conversation. Jokic 27 is over 10,000. I don't know. Is he a guy who I don't know how long he's going to want?
I don't think
to
he's
play.
going to. I also don't think he's going to score enough points. Like he's sort of happy to score 20.
By the way, there's
25, 26. You do that for a long time. Don't miss many games. It adds up.
There's seven players. There's 7 players who scored over 30,000 points. So some of these guys, Chamberlain, Dirk, Jordan, Kobe, Karl Malone, LeBron, Kareem. Those are the 30,000 points.
And Towns is already the greatest shooting big man of all time. You just have to ask him. So he's sure to pass Dirk.
Melo, by the way, is the other highest scoring active player than LeBron. He's 9th all time, 28,200. I don't know if he'll make it to 30,000.
Well, and I can hear Mac 10 already screaming, boy, hey, well, if he hadn't been banished from the league for no good reason, he'd have been 32 by now.
Yeah. But, some of these guys are projecting out to be 30,000 point scorers. That would be top 7 all time right now. So that's not it's not saying it's not nothing to sneeze at.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.